Let's try a trick. Let's see. It's heavy, it's relatively fast. Okay, so well, I could spin it quite easily. Okay, next thing is get some speed up. I need about 200. Okay, pull back, roll over. Ah, handles. You go, splat. Horrible. Damage the engine. In repair. Was too focused on avoiding those power lines. Right, so this is a training server. One of the mods is here. Now if you look, what you do, open global chat, put in a hash, and we put in repair. Now that just repairs the vehicle, so we're going to do a repair on its own. Watch the bottom left, the engine is now fixed. But if we do repair, and we do a if we do hash repair or pound repair, pound sign. See, I'm British. If you look top left, that's the pound sign. Yeah. Anyway, hash repair and then a height. And what you can do, let's start with 100, and this puts you 100 and in the air like that. So we do slash hash repair. You can actually skip up to a higher level. 200. There we go. So you instantly get some height. So you can actually use this to actually get out of the way of people instantly. You jump up out of the air and they go, where the hell is he gone? Because you've got some height, you can actually get some speed up. It's a quicker way of getting speed. This is just cheating really, but you need the speed to actually get an idea of what you're capable of doing. It's worth that you get out of the way of other people. Now the thing is, if you can do it with a big thing like this, and you can do it with the Russian helicopters, but since they got this here, I can practice on this. If I can do it nicely with this, then the smaller helicopter should be easy. So I'm just going to get some height whilst I'm going in circles. Rather than using the cheat thing, I'll just get some height. Keep going up, keep the climb. If you look down bottom left, you see the climb rate. Okay, well we're at 400. Can I go higher? Will it let me go higher? Is this the ceiling? I can get up higher, yep. This will certainly give me some speed. Keep the climb rate at 5. Hide and cyclic back. So pitch up, cyclic. Use the collective to increase the power. Right, we're at 600. You reckon this is? I think this is high enough. Okay, let's check the map. Yep. Really hammering it down now. It is fun. Let's get some height. Repair. Repair. 300. Somebody go bang. I clipped a tree. I'm flying a big helicopter, you can see. Yeah, I didn't estimate the bottom of the thing, so I clipped the top of the tree. Some trees you can get through. Yeah? No. I want to get to the other one on the left. Docks. Docks. Pardon me. No, that was a bit of a failure. Clip the tree there. Try again. Let's try a Chinook. Let's try a double blade. I tried the CH-53. Let's try a Chinook. What we got? Got Chinooks. We've got Army. They're all the same, I think. There's different United States Army. These are Marines and black for Navy, I believe. Oh, that's Army as well. Yeah, let's try this one. They're all the same, really. Let's see what you can do with these things. The blade's too close. Ooh, the blade's just missing. Well, that's a fast response. Oh, we've really got some height on this fast. What's our... 400 kph. That was a mistake. I'm dead. Nah. Fast? Hmm. Darling, any chance for cappuccino? Machine. No, it's alright. I'll DIY. No, I can DIY. That's right. Don't worry. Because it sounds like a jet engine. Let's get some lights on. Looks interesting, doesn't it? Can't seem to get to the handbrake. Ramp, engine. Okay. Exit the plane. Got no parachutes. What have we got here? Okay. Right. Okay. Right. Around about 250. Now, slow climb. Maneuvers all. Can't do the same maneuver you can with the CH-53. It's too sluggish for that. This is a flying brick. Oh, somebody decided to crash into each other. You get some good speed up though. That's as much of a turning circle you can get. Okay, we're inverted. No, not going to make it. Can't get the pull. No. Can't pull out of that. You can with any other... Yeah, there's not enough for that. So, that's not a helicopter to practice on. Now you come to the flagpole. This is EU Heli Flight School, by the way. Come to the flagpole. You can jump to another player. That's kind of risky at the best times. Let's go find these big white whales. Yep, CH-53s. I like these. Now, on the Chinook, if you looked at a nose, you could access the pilot. Can you access the pilot here from the nose point? No? Oh, hang on. Oh, I see. Okay. Think through the... Okay. Okay, right. sure nobody's that's me over there flaming wreckage. Great white whale. Now I'm not touching the controls really, and it automatically lifts off the ground. Put air protection on. Right, let's go for a fly. Dumpty 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 dum. Ground speed's a bit slow. Let's get some height. Speed's dropping. Climb rate too high. Bring the climb rate down to single digit. There we go. Climb rate of 1. Airspeed 140. It's quite a steep angle. Climb rate 5. You can't trust the instruments. These are more accurate, but you don't get these in game. This is a modded service. Well, it's a modded aircraft, so you won't see this in the right. Get some real height up here. I need to get what? Okay, that's high enough. Not as fast as the Chinook. The Chinook's got fast ground speed, but less maneuverability. This has got maneuverability, but less ground speed. That's a fail. Right. Okay. Yeah. Right, I need a drink. Let's deploy. Enough of the big whales. So you get your... Let's just sit here and watch people die. Okay, gonna get a drink. Hold on. hello Creed. This is... Meow. Flight school. Press escape. Top left. Let's get the thing up. Hold on, let me just tell you. Top right of the screen is blacked off, because not everybody wants their service to be shown. We find blanker. There we go. Top right of the screen. It's open square bracket EU Heli Flight School Plus. Actually, let's do this so you can all see. So. So all you need to do in your search, type in Heli Flight School and search. No, there's nothing on official. Let's go community. Let's try flight. There we go, Heli Flight School. So it's labelled as EU. There's a North American version. Yep, so it pings a bit higher for me. I use the EU one, so there you go. Yep, so it's the top two there. Other people are starting to do them as well, but HFS Pilot Program is that. Okay, so you get it's a total of 6.2 gigabytes of mods required to join. It's a lot of stuff. So yeah, and they have other stuff as well. Yeah. Okay, so Heli Flight School, join. No, there are no. No, there are some instructors, they're not sort of official instructors, sort of thing. But you can go to the Discord and get the thing from there. Let me see if I can find the Discord. What do I do with the Discord? It's here somewhere. Heli. They have a Discord. You can go there. There are instructors, and there's lots of experienced pilots that will actually help you. There's the Discord down at the bottom of the screen. Yep, so I'll let you write that down. It's M9 lowercase w, capital W, capital Y, capital V, H T, F for Fox, and M for no mother. So that's the thing. You can enlist and do other stuff with them. As I said, they do have a North American server and an EU server. And you can do... You can be one of several factions. There's a PvP and all that. So I'm just going to go here and create a new group. Continue. Lock it so you don't get people just jumping in and trying to... So you got lots of locations to spawn. What was there? Yeah, I thought there was. There is a football pitch. There is a ball out there. I have seen it. There's a yeah, they've marked it up quite nicely today. Or somebody's been marking it up. Flo's been marking it. I don't know why. Yeah, anyway. Yeah. Let's see. Helicopter. These parked in a awkward place. Okay, let's get this out of the way. Right, now you can there we go. Start this up. F2 puts the earplugs on. Much nicer. Right, let's get this thing out of the way. Somebody spawned this in and changed their mind. He's going to crash this. Yeah. Takes a long time to wind these up. When you one of the things is when you're lifting off from the initial spawn points, you've got to be extremely careful about people doing weird stunts and spawning stuff in. So there are other spawn points, lots of spawn points here, where you can. These are landing helipads and spawn points. So what we're going to do is we're going to cheat. First of all, we'll open global chat, hash repair, and then we're going to put in 300, and then this will get me up here, out the way of everybody. Cheating, I know. But you'll notice I haven't moved. I'm static. It still thinks I'm on the ground. Right, okay, we're moving now. I need to be more practice on this one. I'm not a perfect instructor or anything like that. There are people out there that can do these things. I just like flying. I'm 64 years old. I don't need to prove anything to myself. Very sluggish. Not exactly, not like the Little Bird or the Huey. No, Little Bird. Sorry, my chat is right over on another screen. Little Bird. Let's slash repair 300 500. This will fix it. Auto hover off. Death dive. Shouldn't really go back to the landing strip to should really keep you spawn in and you do your thing, you don't go back to the landing strip really. Little Bird, very fast, responsive, flippy, dippy, like you see in the videos. They are Really, a too easy to be honest. They're too easy to fly. Very fast, very responsive. Not like a rolling whale. Come on. And because I'm on the wrong seat, I'm in the gunner seat. Pilot seat's on the right, I keep forgetting. Right. Engine up. Whilst that's spinning up, let's get some lights on. Lights. Nav. Collision. Power that on. Don't know why. They don't do much really. No, they do to a degree. So it's like on. Landing lights on. Fold that way, fold that way. I've never really got them to work properly. Anyway, F2. Puts the thing on. I use a flight stick. Was using a HOTAS, but for some reason the HOTAS is not responsive to the throttle so well. But just press the space bar and whee, up we go. Looks slow, but once you're moving, so left, right, you can see really. I'm not doing anything. I'm just holding, rotating that. Yeah, it's like a fly mode. If you want to, you can go sideways, flip it over, just rotate. Top speed. Let's get some height. Let's use the cheat. So we open the chat, and go into hover mode first. Meow. Auto hover. Open your chat, so it's slash key, and then hash repair, and we get some height. Let's say 500 meters up. The second number after repair gives you the meters above ground. So hit return, and we're instantly flying high. Off with the autopilot and see how fast we come down. Let's get some speed. Meow. So I got up to 260 ground speed. The CH-53 big whale thing goes a lot faster than this. This is that's fast enough if you want to do, and you can literally just stop on a dime virtually. I'll put it into hold mode. So a lot of the, if you look at the screen here, oh, crashed. Game crashed. You can't see it, but it says here crash report and blah blah blah, and back desktop. Yeah, sorry about that. Happens. This is the problem with a heavy modded server. Sometimes your interface just dies. Well, mine does. I'll just rejoin. And whilst that's happening, I'm going to have a little cappuccino. Free speech. There's there's no such thing as free speech in any country. Um, it's up to the government and the opinion whether your free speech is free speech. If you say something about Israel, Gaza, Palestinians, or whatever, America, everybody's got a different opinion about what you should say and shouldn't say. And in England, we are multicultural. We've got lots of cultures here. We've got the British culture, we've got the Muslim culture, Jewish culture, Russian culture, Italians and French and everything here. um, even Geordies, and Liverpudlians and things like that. It's a big bowl of trouble, and you say just one little word wrong you stand in the wrong place and say the wrong word. There's no free speech. You then upset somebody. So constantly the British government is going, you can't say this and you can't say that. It's like swearing. In America, you can swear at the police to a degree. In the UK, you open your mouth and say a rude word to the police officer. Yeah, you're in trouble. Yeah, there's no such thing as free speech. It's up to the opinion of the person that's running the country, the government, and the police force, and the person you're standing next to. You might have two people standing from different countries. One thinks one word is acceptable, and the other person doesn't. Who's got the right of free speech? Hence, there's always a middle ground. You have to be polite all the time. You can't. You got to judge everything. What you say is, yeah, right. For instance, what's this thing here? WCS. Worst case scenario is see that WCS means worst case scenario. And a lot of people are putting that into Ukraine versus Russia conflict. Um, yeah, the winners write the history books. The losers don't write history books. Anyway, flight to school. Drink more cappuccino. Uh, what's happened is that the government decided that a certain group called Palestinian Action were the quickest way to suppress the potential for violence, because that's what's happening with protests these days. A lot of people get in there and they're only too willing to throw rock, and everybody else gets the blame. You got troublemakers, yeah. Palestinian Action had a couple of members that decided to break into a military base. One, that's just asking for trouble. You break into a military base. They went up to an aircraft and they spray painted it with blood, with paint and that. And the powers that be, rather than going, oh, our military is not very good at securing our airfields, we're shamefaced. Because they're shamefaced, they go, oh, right, okay, well, we'll put them into the terrorist list. So they designated the group called Palestinian Action a terrorist organisation. Um, just carte blanche did it. And so everybody who was supporters of this demonstration group became identified as supporters of terrorism, so they can be arrested. As soon as they open their mouths, they get arrested. It's going through the courts at the moment. Did the government have the legal authority to classify a Palestinian Action Group as a terrorist organisation? Did the government overstep its authority? Until that's sorted out, anybody and everybody can be arrested if they say the word Palestinian Action Support. Yeah, wrong word, wrong place. Yeah, so it suppresses potential conflict between the groups called For Palestine and the groups for Israel. And the problem is you got anti-Semitism thrown in there, and it's a big bowl of conflict. Like it's like a bowl of cereal. You got Fruit Loops in there. You've got you got grapes. You've got God knows what else, and you just stick your spoon in, stir it, and you get conflict. People want only too willing to throw stones at each other for saying the wrong words. Free speech. Eh. So until Palestinian Action, all they have to do is create another group. They don't have to stay with Palestinian Action. They change the name, create another group, start again, but don't break the law by breaking into a military facility, because that's not a good thing to do. Just change your name, do it differently. Yeah, But everybody decides, oh, we're going to support this group because it's just an excuse to get to wind things up. And you've got the other side of the fence only too willing to kick back and fight back and argue. It's like Karens, giant Karens everywhere. Real problem. But there you go. That's Britain for you. Sort of. Yeah. Let's lock this group. Press escape. Spacebar. Anyway, back to Arma. This is why in games you shouldn't really say anything about uh, governments and countries versus countries, because a game is supposed to be escaping from reality. But the problem is games are becoming more real every day. The reality is bleeding into games. Helicopters, look. Oh, JB's doing a good one. Don't crash, please don't crash. Ooh, you shouldn't really do that manoeuvre over the spawn point. What happens is somebody lifting off gets it. You get new people lifting off, they don't know how to fly. And you get somebody showing off, comes right into the spawn zone. If you want to do acrobatics, do it away from the spawn zone. But they don't listen. Look here, it says here on the rules, keep spawn area clear after takeoff. So it's takeoff only. You're not supposed to do your maneuvers here, like this. Come on. This is... You got people learning to fly. Anyway, yeah, I don't really know. I've got a crappy computer, so everything's awkward. Flying's quite easy, really. As I said, I'm on a PC. I've got a Thrustmaster joystick, a hot ass actually, but I don't use the throttle because it's not as responsive as the keyboard for some reason on my computer. Each computer's different, so you have to go with it. So you got the Russian thing. You got the Russian thing. So the ones you normally see would be that, and in an official server, you would have that in official servers. Then you get the modded servers. Most of the other helicopters are modded, and the Little Bird is one of them. I think the Little Bird's Little Bird official. Yeah, it is. Yeah. So anyway, go for a Little Bird again. Press character. So when I talk about flying helicopters, I'm talking about the joystick. And if you look down at your hand, if I pull back on the joystick, oh, hang on, difficult to see this because you can't really get the angle. Because you want to look down. Is there a way to look down? Anyway, pull back is nose up. So you're pulling back on the joystick, and my joystick is the same as the cockpit joystick, whether your controller or keyboard. So it's cyclic back, cyclic forward. You can see they're pushing it forward on the stick, left and right. Now the basic maneuver is you come up slightly, pull back slightly, push it far over on the right and pull back at the same time. It gives you like a corkscrew effect. Then you've got the rudder, which is the feet. You can't see that, but it's, yeah, that's Q&E on the keyboard. I don't know what it is on the Xbox and that. I don't have an Xbox or a PlayStation 5. But if you look down, you can see the feet moving. So that's rudder left, turn left. Rudder right, foot right, turn right. You can see the feet moving, left foot, right foot. So when I talk about flying, I'm talking about this stick in game. Not the stick in my hand, but the stick in game. So, but I also will talk about twisting. Now, for me, I'm twisting the joystick, which makes the feet turn. So twist left, foot right. So there's lots of videos on YouTube about how to fly. Excuse me, drinking cappuccino. Open microphone, Deutschler. Open microphone. T button. Double T. Press T once. You got an open microphone. Hello. Yeah, you can whistle. Okay, alright, so start your engine up. Let's go third person. Okay. The strange thing is, there's lots of pads to spawn your stuff, and they spawn them right next to each other, which you're not supposed to really do. But there you go, you can't have everything. So, engine up, and collective up, which for me is spacebar. Oh, look at that. Server is up. Don't worry about that. So, joystick forward, tilt forward, joystick back, tilt back. Roll left, roll right. And feet, left, right. So we'll do that again. Nose up, goes backwards, nose down, goes forwards. Get some power, using the collective, up, right. And he didn't succeed. Right, so let's do a simple roll. You need at least 120 to get a decent spin. So it's up, over to the right, hold it, hold it, hold it, and you've done the roll. Recover from that. So we're going to do that again in first person. So get some speed to 120. And I'm going just literally push the stick to the right. So nose up, stick to the right, holding, 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 and then recover. So that's for keyboard only, that's D, I believe. Yep, D. So AD. So you get some speed up. You need around about 120 to do this. In a little bird, you don't need so much speed, but hold your collective and just push right. Now, if you have nose down and you push right, you do that. You do like a spin, a pirouette, like that. If you go all the way over, you can go all the way over like that. That's your roll. But if you get some nose up, makes life easier if you get nose up first and then spin it. Now in a Huey you need at least 40 to 60 kph or kilometers an hour before you do that sort of maneuver, otherwise it falls like a brick. In the little bird you don't need any speed at all. It's so easy to fly. So we're going to go left this time. I'm just going to literally push the pedal left. I'm going to get some collective up, get some height for this. Just literally going to push over left, and it's going to go and die. Why did that happen? Not enough forward speed. You need forward speed when you're doing something like that. But if you bring your nose up, pull back, or collective back, which is S on keyboard, and D at the same time, and then you just modify the S and the W and the D. It takes practice, but you can do that. You can get the little bird just to flip over constantly. Let's try again. You've got lots of people owning to get that. Hello, DJ. Ah, yeah. Right. Put that over there. Oh, boom, boom, boom.
This guy's decided to take off running.
So. Right. Engine up. Got a few seconds before restart. 5 minutes, I think. My game does lag. I've got a crappy computer. I've got a 64 core processor, so I go down to 10 frames per second. Video card, I don't even know what video card I got. AMD something. Get away from everybody else launching. Let's go backwards. Be careful, there's a crane up here. So keep coming. Now, I'm going to auto hover. There's a command. Open the chat. #repair. Now that repairs your vehicle, but it puts you on the ground if you're flying, yeah? So what you need to do is /repair, #repair, and then height. So we're going to go up 600 meters. Let's get out of there. Okay, we're 600 meters up in the air. Repaired. The engine must be running first. If you do it without the engine, you fall like a brick. Meow. Diving. Pull back. Always have your auto hover available to quickly press, and you can sort of stop yourself from falling quite easily. The computer system takes over quite nicely, and you're flying along. So just going to pull back, power with the collective, and do a loop. Scary, isn't it? Remember, you've got to put your collective on, get some height. If you try and do just a loop without your collective, what will happen is you'll go flying into the ground. So you've got to have your collective up. So that's the up arrow, which is, for me, spacebar. Why is Baguette down there? Oh, he snuffed it. Oh no, he's still there. Then he hears a tweet. I'll use auto hover here. I'm trying to see. Oh, he's auto hover off. He's decided to go away. He crashed. He was trying to do the red and crash into those trees. Anyway, let's take the hover off. So, let's see. What can I? How can I? Anyway, so speed. Forward speed is essential for doing most manoeuvres, especially the fact that you want to go somewhere. You don't want to do the manoeuvres in one place. So bank over to the side. That's collective right, which is for most people D, and just pull back. We'll rotate the helicopter in a circle. I'm still going forward speed, and left. Bank left, pull back, pull on stick, pull the nose round. It's like a yo-yo. Treat it like a yo-yo. Auto hover, get yourself back out. Apply some power, nose down, pulling you forward like a yo-yo. Get some speed up. It's 121, I've got a minute. And I have problems landing. My visual acuity, okay, in other words, I can't see very well. Even this computer screen is not good enough. I wear glasses, I'm old. Shoot me. Right, so you want to land. The idea is to slow yourself down slow enough that when you don't crash forwards like this. If you're going too fast and you try and land, you'll just skid off into the trees. So you need to bank, pull back, that kills your speed, and then hold down your collective so you drop nice and gently. Use your twist rudder or your AD, whatever it is, to get down. Anyway, service restarting. I'm going to drink my cappuccino. I've tried teaching people to fly. The problem is I don't know what all the controls do. I only know PC. Yeah. And it's practice. It's like driving a car. When you learn to drive a car, you get in the car and you freak out. You're young, it's your dad's car, it's somebody else's car, you learn a car, whatever. It's a big thing and it's scary. After no, after 46 years, driving is so easy for me. You forget how everything is intimidating at first. That's why coming on here is fun, because you get to crash and not worry. You don't have to worry about. A lot of people say, "Oh, just go into game master mode in the thing." I can't be bothered. I just want to get on with it. I don't want to have to create a scenario and keep the mods updated and everything just to practice flying and come here. Uh, Wonderful. Yeah. If you want to donate, you can go to their Discord and donate and do all these things and join the group and all that. Or just come here and fly as a guest. You don't have to commit to anything. And you don't have any hard work. You just get on with it and join the server and play. But anyway, flying. It's intimidating at first, and I can't tell you what your controls are because I can't remember half the controls myself. Because I keep forgetting. I've got a terrible memory. That's why I use a joystick. So I don't have to press those buttons because I can't remember which button does what. If you've got a PC, I would suggest you can have a look at flight joysticks. There is no support for them at the moment, but there's lots of little tutorials on YouTube. Showing you how to configure joy to key or things like that. Let's turn that off. Joy to key, that's what I use. What it does is joy to key is mouse flying. So like on
I don't.
like on
Yeah, because I just crashed.
on ordinary PCs.
Oh, don't crash, you know.
You can use keyboard and mouse to fly. You don't need a joystick or anything like that. You just need a keyboard and mouse. But as I said, I'm old and my hands are a bit effed. So joystick is better than a mouse for me. But anyway, it's mouse flying. The setting, just so you say, if your PC, you go to settings, gameplay, controls, mouse aircraft control. I have it turned on. The mouse controls the aircraft. Joy to key is software that goes on my computer that allows the joystick to emulate a mouse movement. So basically, I've got a giant mouse called a joystick. And the joystick works just the same.
What the heck, man?
Engines on. Slurp my coffee. So, what I'm going to do now, I'm actually going to use the mouse. First of all, Alt and then I can free look around. Yeah. Release Alt, and now the mouse controls. Mouse left, mouse right. Very sensitive, because my mouse is DPI on the mouse is very small, so I only do little movements. So a lot of people fly mouse and they can literally roll their mouse around like this, and I'm finding that extremely difficult. I've got to use joystick. My hand doesn't do it justice. I can't hold the mouse properly. That's why I don't shoot very much. So anyway, whatever controls you are, there's a little field here, and it's perfect place to practice landing. And what you can do, you come here, just spin round. So you start here, and you go out to sea, and then you come back and you practice doing the J-hook in that area. Not many people come over here. They all like to show off on their on the airfield, practice on the airfield, because it's easy to see the airfield runway and get line up and everything. But you're then constricting yourself to always having to fly on the airfield. So yeah, so first person. Let's do this. First person. Come in. You can see you got a landing spot there in the trees. Low down, speed up. It's going to be very fast. So what we're going to do is we're going to go nose up, twist over, pull back and down. Yep. My problem is going near the ground. I always misjudge it and crash. But it's a good place to practice that manoeuvre. Not many people come over here, so you won't get in the way of other people and people won't crash into you. So it's pull back, roll the aircraft and keep pulling back, and what will happen is you'll see pull back, roll, pull back, and you flip right round. It kills your speed, and then all you've got to do is get down close to the ground, not crash. So try it again. I much prefer it in first person. It looks more realistic. There's a lot of servers out there that don't do third person for some reason. So doing it in first person is a bit more scary, as you see on the videos on YouTube. I'm not looking at the chat on the right, so I'm afraid I haven't responded to anything you might be saying. So I'm going, what's 164? So I'm going to go nose up, power, turn, release the power, and then down. Not bad. I lived. That's why I say it's not bad. Again, it's a nice little space there. You can see my frame rate dropped down to 28 because somebody's decided to fly over this way. But you're well away from everybody else. Low level flying. You can do the race courses, but you won't see any of this on a live server. So I kind of sort of don't bother with the race courses. It's more fun just doing this. As soon as you bank and pull back on the stick, so you bank, pull back on the stick, rotates you. So can you see? I'm just pulling back on the stick. I'm tilted over to one side, and I lost too much speed. But crash in the water, you can recover. See? So start the engine. Nope, engine's dead. Slash hash repair 500. Now, can I start the engine again? No. Gonna die. Yep. Banking does work on all helis, yes. Yeah, all helis bank. The The little bird banks very fast. So fast you lose your airspeed and you drop like a brick. I'll show you some. The best. A lot of people say what you should do. See, this is why you don't want to be here.
Should be somewhere.
You should really get away from this. Because everybody's going to crash in a minute. You're going to bang, bang, bang. The helicopters collide. Let's get this F2 up again. There we go. Right, so what you do is you get the Russian helicopter, which is a pig to fly. Is that the correct one? Somebody just crashed right behind me. Was that the Russian helicopter? No, yeah, it is. That is the one. Now he's going to spawn a helicopter somewhere. He's come rushing over here where I am. All this space, come on look. You got all this space and he decides to come here. Yeah. Anyway, you get the Russian helicopter. Okay, very nice. We just need to get in. Here we are. Decommission. Nope, somewhere here. How do you get in these things? There we are. I don't fly this very much. I keep forgetting. Anyway, this flies like a whale. Compared to Little Bird, it flies like a whale. Starting up. It wasn't my fault. He spawned two helis. Another heli on top of a heli. And he killed himself. Now that helicopter's flying off into the wide blue yonder. Oh no, he's not dead. Is he gonna survive? His first... Oh, anyway. Did he go splat? I think he went splat. I don't know, can't see him. Anyway, right, okay, so back to us. Right, it's a whale compared to... Oh yeah, he did splat. It's a bit of a whale, he doesn't respond very well. But it still flies. It's a flying tank, really, to be honest. If you're on the Russian team, you have no choice. You've got to... On the official, you've got to fly this thing. You've got no choice. You'll notice the airspeed, not as fast as the Huey and the Little Bird. And you can't do those wonderful manoeuvres you see on YouTube. So I'll show you. I'm probably going to die. Holding collective power up, nose up, and roll it. Can you see how slow it's rolling? And I'm going to die. I can feel it happening. Yeah, he just can't. Just can't do it. Not the same as the Huey or the Little Bird. So if you want to do all these nice rolls and flips and that, Little Bird and then the Huey. The Huey yeah. Have we got anybody on? No, we got no. There is no game master. Okay. So let's see what Teflon Don does. Yeah, it's a flying brick. Or lady's handbag, if you want to call it that. It flies, but doing tricks is... Oh, he's gone too far. He's gone too far. Yeah. It's not like the Hueys, and the Hueys are so responsive. It's just a flying brick, that thing is. I'm staying well out of the way. Well done, Finn. Yeah, so anyway, put the earplugs in again. Everybody wants to be a game master. Okay, so where's the Huey? Here's the Huey. Right, so the Huey, unlike the flying whale, whatever you want to call it, the Russian version, is much more responsive. That's why everybody, you see all the, you look at the videos on YouTube, most of them are Hueys and little birds. Is he gonna, is he dying? Well, he's down. Yeah. So engine up. I get worried when I see lots of people around here. Right, collective up. Let's get out of the way. Spin it round, rotate it, and fly off in the direction you want. So anyway, banking. You need speed. The little bird has lots of power for its size. Doesn't feel like it's sort of like a hummingbird, if you like. That's why you call it little bird. It's literally a hummingbird. Little bit of glitch there. So what we're going to do now, am I still transmitting? Yeah, we're still okay. Right, so banking. Over to one side, as long as you've got speed, you're fine. It's like an aircraft. Once a helicopter's moving, it's more like an aircraft than a helicopter. Just bank over, pull back on the joystick, and get yourself in a circle. Auto hover brings you back out of it if you want to. So we've got 150. Tilt it over, bank it over. So that's whatever controls you require. Tilt it over, then pull on the joystick to pull that nose round, or pull back on any of your cyclics to pull it round. Don't go too slow. Otherwise, if you're going slow and tilted over, you'll fall like a brick, like you saw earlier. You've got to maintain that forward momentum, just like an aircraft. See, once the helicopter's off the ground, it does act more like an aircraft. In some games, and in reality, forward momentum keeps the aircraft from from spinning. The little elevators and the tail stops it from spinning. Once you're moving, you treat it like an aircraft, left and right, and you don't touch that. Nose up. So nose up, nose down, right, left. You can see how fast it goes. The only time it becomes a helicopter is when you use the tail rotor rudder, yaw, whatever you want to call it, and that's QE. It doesn't really affect it whilst you're flying it. Can you see? I'm trying to turn right. It's not turning right. I'm holding down the right rudder. This tail thing is supposed to be turning. Only when you bank over can you see it moving. Can you see it moving it? I'm holding it hard, trying to turn the aircraft. But when you're going slower than a certain speed, let's see if we can slow it down a bit. Let's slow down. Take some speed off. The tail rotor comes into effect only below a certain speed. I'm holding that tail rotor, and when it drops below, I think it's about 80, it'll start to, there we go, it's starting to affect it now. You can see it slowly turning. I think when it drops below 80, I'll start to spin. I'm just holding the, the key that makes it rotate. I'm holding right. There we go. We're going slow enough now, and there we go. We're now using the tail to spin it. Now we're spinning. Now you can't tell which you're going forwards, backwards, or anything. So, whilst you're like in, I can't remember what the game was. If your tail rotor fails, once you're flying forwards, you don't have any problems about left and right. See, pressing these keys when you're flying forwards, you press the left and right keys that rotates the aircraft, the rudder, if you want to call it. I have a problem with memory. I call things what they are to me. The rudder. See, at slow speeds, it does affect it, left and right. But at higher speed, which is where most of your flying is going to be, it doesn't do anything. The only thing that affects is banking and pulling. So bank over, pull around like an aircraft, will slow you down enough that the rudder now becomes a thing. Once you get below 80, the rudder becomes much more responsive, and you can use that to whip your tail round when you're coming into land. That's why J-hooks look so impressive. So, forward momentum means that you can't use your tail rotor or your yaw pitch, whatever. So that thing won't really. It does it a little bit, not a lot. But nose up, over on side, pull back. Now apply your rudder, and you pull your tail round. That's what the components of a J-hook are. Getting down to the ground landing is the skill, which I still lack to a degree, but I can land. At least I don't kill my passengers. You don't need to be doing all these daredevil stunts. That's okay for King of the Hill, or when you're up against another player trying to shoot you down with a rocket. But those rockets can still go through trees, so you're still not, even if you're doing this wonderful stunt, you can still get shot out of the air, because it only takes one little tree to kill you, or one little tree will kill you and kill everybody on board. So it's better to land in a more of a plane type manner. So okay, we're going to go, let's go find a landing spot, skim over the trees, play music, whatever you like. What is it? What's that music? Can't remember. I know the music, but can't remember the name. Whatever you want to play music, you play music. You find yourself a landing spot. Avoid trees. Nice and smooth. Through you go. Oh, that's my dog. Pop over. Oh, there's a landing spot. So observe your landing spot. Pull back round. Bank, pull, turn round, drop speed. Lower your collective. Come in for a nice landing. Go third person if you want to. A little bit of power, just feather it down into the ground. Not perfect. Nobody is, I don't care. I'm landed. I'm safe. The thing is, when you're landing, normally landing either in a hot zone or supply and pick up people. You don't want to hit things. So when you're coming to a landing spot, observe first, fly past if it's hot. If it's going to be a hot landing zone in a new to the game, don't land there. Find somewhere else to land. Just carry on, keep flying, keep low, so they can't get a lock on you. So imagine that there's enemy around here. What are you going to do? As soon as you lift off, they're going to see you. Well, they'll be shooting at you already because they can see through bloody trees. But awareness of what's around you. Put auto hover on. Makes life a lot easier. Hide behind the building. don't be afraid of auto hover. It's not. You don't have to be armor pilot or anything to fly. You just need to get the job done. Get points, survive. People will like you. It's when you keep doing these wonderful moves and crashing, people don't like you and they don't trust you, and you won't get the pilot. You won't get the experience. But when you lift off, check around first before you lift off. Don't go forwards. Just come up. Pull back on the joystick. Once you get some movement backwards, rotate the aircraft and you'll see it flips round and you're already moving. Yeah, and at that point you can choose whichever direction you want. Then you use your controls to confuse the enemy which way you're going. They can't get a lock on you then. They can't judge where you're going to be, especially if they're using RPGs. Don't forget, disable auto hover will then give you more control. It's not okay. It's not a race. It's not a death-defying axe and flying through tubes. That's just to improve your skills. And I don't know, if you want to try and fly through that lot, it's fine. But nobody's shooting rockets at you. Nobody's shooting AKs at you. Nobody's trying to kill you. And nobody's complaining about, oh, what are you doing? Yeah, we don't want to be here. Land, land, land. So power up, pull over. Make sure you're down. Whether it's a hard landing or not, watch out for that fence. That'll kill your rotors. Very gently. Very gently. Up we go. When you're landing on a slope, you want to face up the slope. Because what'll happen otherwise is if you're landing on a slope and you come down and you're facing that way like this, when you land, what can happen is your tail comes down. Some people land like this, tail down. You come in fast, you land and the tail clips the ground. So if you rotate the aircraft to face up the slope, just bring yourself so you're facing up the slope. And in first person, it'll look like that. And it won't be so scary for your tail rotor. Again, another reason you do a flyby before you land in a place you've never been to before. If you go to that place on a regular basis, you can do that. So anyway, off to do some broad practice. Oh, this is the civilian side of things. I haven't been here before. Let's have a look. Let's just have a little tour. I was hoping to find some crates and do some practicing of airlifts. I don't see anything. We got Hueys. We got all that stuff. That's a lot of stuff. Refuel point. Ah, here we go. How close is it? Okay. Right, okay, instead of landing on the floor, land on top of these things. I'm in autopilot, auto hover mode. Let's do it this way instead. You can't land next to it for safety reasons. So we're down here. Tab. Close. Nope. I'm sure you can do it, but you can't get close enough to the side without endangering your blades. What if you can get on top? So it's catching. I wasn't in auto hold. That's why I was struggling. Okay. I need to be near the sign. So it's going to be on my right. Yes. It can be done. Now, the question is, can the okay, even if I break the helicopter, let's get those in. Right, okay. So, now we need to shift. Right, I'm that close, but I broke the blades. Yes. That would work. Slash. Hash. Repair. 300. Oh yeah, I'm in the wrong seat. Uh, right, so yeah. Right, I need somewhere to drop this off. So I need a signpost. Is there anything like that here? I can pick. Well, I found where to get the resources. I just need to find somewhere to dump the resources. Because I've not been here before, it's going to be... Oh, it's nice here. Not so many people. I just need a location to drop this stuff. So you pick it up at the end here, where the refuel point is. I just need somewhere to stick it. Let's go and investigate. This landing spot. Different landing spots. Let's have a look at the town, see if there's any... I see tents, but I don't see any supply drop points. Lots of little targets. For practicing your landings. That's complicated. They're just helipads. A building to fly into. I don't need 2 tricks. Ah, there we are. There's the spot. Okay, what's it look like? No, it's just a bunker. Might be able to. Is it just a bunker? Or is it a resource point? It's just a bunker. Okay. Nope. There's no GM either, so... Yeah. You don't need to be on top, but if you want to be... Uh, if you don't want the helicopter to stop, ideally you need a passenger. They hold 600 units. Well, that's what it says. Yeah, 600 units. So 600 at 2 runs. Hmm. Yeah. Okay, so anybody watching this? Yeah, no worries. No worries. I'm just messing about. Oh, I need another drink. Oh, I need another cappuccino. Oh, eye problems. Hmm. trying to fly one hand is tricky. Let's get rid of this because this shouldn't be here really. This is from the US base. So break. What do we get here? So this is a civilian list. No, it does come here. Supply version. Where's that big booger? Ah, there's a rock there. Ah, yeah. You couldn't put it there. You can put it here though. But there's this problem. That is going to rip the thing apart. This is a beast, isn't it? I don't think so. That is a problem. That's flown off the ground. Why couldn't... you have to wait on time now. Drink some more coffee, I think. Hold on. this is the PvE island where you're supposed to shoot shit. Let's go. I don't know whether they shoot back at you or not, so find out in a minute. Let's have a look. Not been here before. We've got target practice really. What are these things in the air? Spawners? There's possibly spawners. Yeah, they're spawn points. They've got spawn points. We'll run away, it's easier. Oh, I see. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. That was a hard landing. What have we got? We got... let's have a look around. Let's fly around. Meow. We've got resources here, but they're just placeholders. Wonder what that was. It's a well, it's parts of a helicopter. Cobra or something? You got flare ejectors there. Could be a Cobra. Leave the helicopter laying around. He runs a little bit weak, doesn't he? Could have hurt himself jumping over. So in auto hover mode, we can switch to gunner seat by clicking that. But what happens? Does it stay in auto hover mode? We don't have long. I'm looking for a rearm point. Do you know where the rearm point is?
I'm sorry,
Sorry, I didn't hear you there, helicopter and rockets. Yeah, do you know if there's a rearm point here somewhere?
PvP?
Do you know if there's a rearm location here? This is somebody else, they run out of rockets, so I'm trying to find out.
My English very bad,
Need rockets.
little English.
Need bullets and rockets.
Rockets, есть такое, да.
Can't see a rearm anywhere. Have to get a new helicopter. There's no rearm point. Okay, I'll give you a target. There you go. Somebody's shooting at us. Oops. Oh, I'm going to get another helicopter. This one I can't find. There must be find something with bullets. Not enough rockets and that on here. Try this one. Right, must be guns. Never fired the guns before. Just been flying around. Let's have a look. Helicopter, helicopter, helicopter. Guns, guns, guns. Advanced systems. Taxis, lights. Oh, controls for that. Weapons. Left mouse switches. Vehicle, helicopter. See movement, I don't see weaponry. See weaponry for a normal thing. Turret. What's that? No. WCS. Left shift B. Toggle vehicle camera. Control Z. Shift Z. Ah, there we are. Left shift B. There we go, on the right there. Stingers, single shot. The other weapons. Okay, so it's keyboard. So I need to switch to... Is there a switch to switch into? Interesting. Okay, let's have power on. Start the engine up, so it must switch on then. Okay. Power on. That on. That's on. Now, I was able to switch seats earlier. Now, I was able to switch seats. Engine stop. There we go. Never actually flown one of these before. Not in Arma anyway. What am I missing? Got no main rockets. The gunner, I need a gunner for this thing. And I can't switch seats. I can switch back to pilot, but I can't switch to gunner. And yet earlier I could. something. Alright. Oh. Can I decommission this? Nah. Let's come back to here. Let's have a look at the controls. So, settings, controls, beep 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 beep. Nope, too far. Night vision, framework, Pronto, WCS. Let's have a look. Shift Z. Shift Z. Shift Z. Ah, there we are. So, right click. And Shift B. So you only got guns. angle. Oh my god. Right round here. All the way to the right, 180 degrees. A bit more than 180 again, nearly 270. Okay, up angle, no, down angle. Oh my god, right round. Especially looking back on yourself. Can't get angle up though, so the helicopter part must keep that nose level. Right. So come out of that. Now where's this seat change? Hold down Alt. Somebody landed. Alt. Power. Power. Power on what's that? So you've only got chain gun on here. That's it, it's crashing to me. Alibaba armor pilot. Hate that when people pick up other people's names. Right, so that's that. So what's next? Now, earlier I was able to switch seats. There must be a different aircraft. I'm sure it's this thing that, so look at different aircraft. Because I can't change seats on that, but I was able to change seats earlier. Ah, that's what it was. It was this. He was wanting. That might be it. That's probably it. No, it was one of them. Because he crashed it and it had the... Yeah, it's not this. I was able to switch seats on the other one. Where is it? And again, 120 degree virtually. But it's all mouse control. If your mouse is a bit iffy, you're not going to be able to do it. It's a bit slow on here. Yes. So you can switch one on this now. Can you switch back to pilot? Yes, you can. So you could solo this if you're quick enough with the things. Let's see what we got. Lights, open, hover. My wife made me a cup of tea. Thank you, Danny. What's time? 5:30 in the evening. That's about it. There's no controls here. You can't tell if you're... So... all these pods. How do you change these weapons? 'Cause you can only... Okay, just think first person view. Oh, I see. There we go. So you can fly along like this. Just need to be able to identify your targets. Ooh, it's fast. Oh, bit of glitch there. Did somebody just go crash? Frame rate drop. Bleep. Not being able to identify the targets on the ground, can't see. This is where our co-pilot So, there's an attack helicopter. It's off. Shot me down. Oh no, or did he crash into me? Bang. Gonna stop this for a while.